The 8th of December is a national bank holiday in the Falkland Islands, commemorating the second major naval engagement of the First World War, when a small British fleet destroyed the German South Atlantic Squadron. Battle Day is marked with a service and a colourful parade at the 1914 Memorial. In 1914, during the first few months of World War I, a naval battle of the Coronel ensued between the Germans and the British. The British lost 2 ships, giving the Germans the freedom of the South Atlantic, changing the tide of the war. Remaining British ships fled to seek safety in Port Stanley. During the following months, more and more British forces convened in Port Stanley to hunt down and intercept the German fleet. The fleet of German Vice Admiral von Spee was on course to arrive in the Falkland Islands on the 4th of December 1914. However, fortune was on the side of the British. Von Spee paused his fleet to unload cargo from a captured ship, taking 3 days. The British naval forces in the South Atlantic, under the command of Vice Admiral Sturdy, arrived in the Falklands on Monday the 7th of December. Their intention was to stay for a few days to recoal and repair some of the ships, and to leave on the 9th of December. Things didn't go according to plan though. At 7:15 a.m. on the 8th of December, 2 German ships were seen approaching from the south. They had the intention of destroying the coaling stations and a radio station around Port Stanley. The 2 German ships were met with gunfire from the HMS Canopus, the guard ship in Port Stanley at the time, and this forced them to turn back. It took at least half an hour for the rest of the British fleet to get their engines running and to give chase. They could see the location of the German fleet from the copious amounts of smoke that the coal engines were giving off. As the chase progressed at sea, more German ships were approaching Stanley from a different direction, and it was 3 local Falklands ladies who proved invaluable in allowing the HMS Bristol and the HMS Macedonia to intercept. Miss Goss and Miss McLeod, maids at Fitzroy Farm, were out riding when they spotted ships on the horizon. They took turns riding to the top of a nearby hill and making notes, which the farm manager's wife, Miss Felton, then relayed back to Stanley via telephone. Miss Goss and Miss McLeod were awarded silverware by the Admiralty for their actions, and Miss Felton was given an OBE for her work in providing accurate and reliable reports in the face of considerable danger.
Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
As the battle raged on out at sea, it was a deadly chase. The HMS Invincible and the HMS Inflexible led the British charge and opened fire on the Germans at 1:20 p.m. The Germans from then on were on the back foot for the rest of the engagement. The British suffered very light casualties and damage, but of the 8 German ships that started that day, 6 were sunk. Members of the community come together on the 8th of December to remember those who lost their lives during that battle.